Hi everyone, Cards by Rachel here for the stem stop with another card making tutorial using waffle flower products. We're going to use this envelope die, the Be a Christmas accessory die, Be a cat die, and the gifting snowman dies. And we'll use the Christmas and the normal postage stamps. It's time to get cracking on Christmas, as you can see here. As promised last month, I will try to do a video of this each month. So hopefully I can inspire you to start your Christmas crafting in time. So we don't all are very stressed out in November when the time comes. I die cut all the pieces of camera, and here I'm just gonna add shading with my inks. I use cactus from the stamp market for the light green, and I'm actually using the stress ink black suit in black basically for red, because red cardstock is very difficult to shade. So if you use a dark red, I find like it does fade out. So yeah, I always use like a black or dark brown. For our white pieces, I used Weatherwood distress ink, distress oxide ink, sorry. And for our cat, we're using the black suit again. And for our darker green envelope, we'll use the Stamp Market Forest ink. We will make two cards today. They will be sort of the same, a little bit of different elements and a different color scheme. I always like to do this when I prepare Christmas cards. If I find a design that I like, I'll just make multiples. You can see I added a piece of black behind its nose, and then I realized, no, I want that pink. Well, here I don't realize it yet. I'm just go on with making the eyes black. Then I'm like, no, I wanted the nose to be pink, so we just take it off. Luckily, the only damage you can see is on the back side of the cat, so no worries there. And then we'll attach the back for the eye pieces. I think this cat is so fun, and the Be a Christmas add-on makes it even more fun, so you can use it all year round. And we'll also give him a cute little scar. This will basically just be assembling the die cuts. Both of these cards will be full die cut cards, apart from the like postage stamps we're gonna use, obviously. I didn't use the sentiment this time per se, because the Christmas postage stamps has like these postage style stamps that have Merry Christmas in them. I felt like that would be enough for this card, because also with the Christmas hats we're adding and the presents, it's obviously a Christmas card, and I feel like those small Merry Christmas postage stamps would be enough. Here I'm using peony to add some pink cheeks to our cat there, and this is how it will go. As you can see, I tried to show that envelope die is open on the flap basically, so you can stick stuff in, what makes it extra fun. Also got two of the snowman from the gift snowman die from Waffle Flower. So I'm combining like old with the cat and the snowman with new. The envelope die is from a pretty new release. So I always love doing that. That brings back your old products again. And especially with die cut cards, full die cuts. Well, with stamped cards as well. But especially die cuts, it's so fun to like grab certain elements from different die sets. So I always just go through my stash of dies and see what would work well together. And then I came across this. Well, it started with the envelope die. I was like, oh, I want to do something different with it than but the envelope collection from Waffle Flower. I did use it already with that, and of course that's great, but I wanted to think outside the box a bit and see if I can use it differently. And then I came across this cat and these cute snowmen. So I just, got the die cut the cat, and I was like, is this gonna fit? And yeah, it does overlap a bit, obviously, but if it's good enough, and the card can still open. I made it a top folding card, so no issues there. And here you can see I use this mirror gold cardstock from Spellbinders. Usually I go for my beloved brushed gold or brushed silver cardstock, but I felt like I needed to change it up a bit, because I do have this mirror cardstock as well. It's a bit more shiny, obviously, than the brushed gold, but thought it would be fun to use again. So, and here you can see I'm just switching the colors around. He has a red hat with mainly green scarf, and he has a green hat with a mainly red scarf. And this is always so fun. I find the die cutting part is not my favorite part of this hobby, but when you can attach all those pieces together and really create your cute characters and your cute scene, then it's so fun. I actually love making full die cut cards. How do you guys feel about making full die cut cards? Do you miss your coloring, or like, do you prefer coloring, basically, is what I want to ask? Or do you also like making a full die cut card from time to time? I feel like it is fun. It looks very differently than with stamped and colored images, of course. And sometimes I don't feel like coloring, you guys, I'll be honest. Sometimes I'm like, oof, I colored so much this week. I feel like making a die cut card. So I always really liked the version of that. And of course, you can always mix your die cuts with your stamped images. I often do that as well. So I always feel like these like smaller dice give a bit of scene building material to use, even with stamps or just the dice. And I just love that. And here you can see I'm just making some presents. I'm not really any logic behind it besides that I don't want two of the same color. So they all have light green, that red, and a mirror gold cardstock basically. I thought it would be cute if the cute little snowman would hold the presents. So I also cut their cute little gloves, hands, and I will attach them as well to make them hold the presents. I will actually use some foam tape behind the gloves to, make it pop up so it looks a bit more realistic, or well, I don't know if it's more realistic. I love my foam, you guys. I didn't use too much this time, especially for me, actually. Only the gloves are popped up, which is a miracle. But because it's already a bit overhanging at the top, I didn't want to add too much extra dimension, basically. I just like assembled everything together. For the second card, I will do parts of this off camera because it's the same process. I cut them, then I did some ink blending with my inks, and then I attach or assemble the cat and the snowman and stuff. So I didn't feel like showing it again. I thought it would be a bit repetitive. So that one will be a bit shorter, but just to see that you can also play around with the positions of the presents and the snowman, because it's actually another snowman in this die set as well. I used that on our second card. And I do like the red, green, and gold, like the more standard colors for Christmas cards. But I must say, I prefer the blue one we will do next. I don't know. I always like different colors for Christmas. But I also have some people who really like the more traditional colors in my family, friends, crafty friends. So I do always make them as well. And it makes for a nice diversion again. I'm not a big fan of red. Like for my clothes, my nails, I love it. But card making, I always find red so, I don't know, like it's so present. So if I use it, I use the small bits. But definitely from all my ink colors, my red is like the color I use like the least amount of, basically. Here you can see me adding my beloved white highlighter, of course. Here I use that Christmas postage stamp and the normal one. And we are gonna use like the postage lines and two of the Merry Christmas sentiment ones. I thought it would be fun. Then we did add a sentiment, sort of, but we also like really got into that postage style even more by adding those cute stamps. So I'm just gonna remove my die cut snowman there. So it's just for positioning, so I could see that they wouldn't overlap all the cute stamps we are going to stamp, of course. For the second card, I leave the stamps in the same place, actually, apart from that bottom one, the rectangle one with Merry Christmas, because on the next card, the snowman will be on the right side, and he will be overlapping that because he's a bit bigger, more chubby, cute chubby snowman than the snowman we're using here. I'm starting with attaching the letters into the flap because I want my cat to be on top of them, basically in the front. So I find it easiest to attach those first, and I'm just adding first a little bit of glue, and then I'll add glue to make it nice and secure. You can see me squeezing in the cat. The die actually cuts like lines around the paws as well, so you can nicely stick them onto something because you can really hold that flap basically. I'm also adding some glue on the back side of the envelope just to make it extra secure. And yeah, and a bit on the cat on the back. Way too much because I also put glue on this, the part that didn't touch the envelope, which is just, I don't know why I did that. And I'll just rub it off with a paper towel there. Now we can attach it to our card base. This card base is just a basic A2 size. It's 4¼ by 5½ inches. And then we'll just attach this. I got some questions why I always use inches instead of centimeters. It's because of my scrapbooking days. When I started scrapbooking, I still love it, you guys, but I just don't have time. But oh, here we use some foam on the seal as well. I lied, not just on the gloves, on the seal as well. Wax seal. Okay, well, but when I started scrapbooking, I watched tutorials, of course, on YouTube about how I need to do it. And lots of the creators I checked out were Americans, and they use inches. So yeah, when doing scrapbooking, I used inches, and it kind of stuck. Like centimeters, it's like so weird to me. I don't even know how much centimeter this will be anymore. I always do inches. So that's basically the story behind inches. I'm sorry, you can always like Google and convert the inches to centimeters if you're curious, but yeah, I don't know it in centimeters. You can see for this card we're going with a white, cream, and blue scene color scheme, and I also it shows a bit more white on camera, but some of the pieces are actually fairy dust paper from Lawn Fawn. It's like this white silvery glitter paper. And the envelope I shaded with weathered wood again. For the light blue I used Ocean from the Stamp Market. The dark blue Navy from the Stamp Market. Did we use any other colors? Yeah, for the cat and the snowman I used Tea-dye Distress Oxide. So in case you were wondering, because I did do it off camera for this one. Here you can see I attached it basically the same way. The only thing I did is I popped one of the presents actually inside the envelope. I thought that would be fun. Here I'm just attaching it a bit more, and because I want it to be in front of the cat's ear, and attaching that wax seal with some foam squares again. Here you can see me using my tweezers to like hold it in place. Oh yeah, here I'm showing I moved that stamp a bit. As you can see, this snowman is a bit chubbier, so it needed to be moved a bit to the left. But these reverse tweezers are amazing for die cut cards. You can just, close them and they can hold it down while stuff glues. So I have 2 pairs actually for that reason. Because also when attaching the presents, then I just like to put my reverse tweezers on them so they can hold the paper together while the glue dries. And here I just use one of the snowmen, as you can see, the on the right, and then on the left I use the letters, and I will add some, I believe 2 more of the cute presents. So lots of ways. And I mean, this is Christmas, but you can use dies from fall, dies from Halloween, Christmas, spring, summer, get as crazy as you can. I really like this envelope die as a basic one. I will link, as always, all the products I use down below in the description box. Most is only available with us as a pre-order, because from Waffle Flower for now we only buy the new releases. But all the old products of Waffle Flower, whatever it is, you can always ask us to order it for you. That is not an issue at all. So I will put them in a description box as available as a pre-order. And if you want them, you can always email us and or send us a PM. We can just order it for you. Then you can always get some of the older stuff you've been wanting. Here we have some close-ups of the 2 cards we made today. I'm very curious which one is you guys' favorite. Mine is, of course, the blue one, as already said before, but I'm very curious about you guys' opinion. I hope everyone liked this Let's Get Cracking on Christmas video using waffle flower products for the stem stop. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Have a crafty day. Bye.